What's up, man?
What's up, Phil? What's
Doing all
going
right?
on? Doing
Feeling
great. Couldn't be
feeling
better.
okay?
Couldn't be better
Compared to what?
compared to 24 hours ago.
Well, you keep eating at those cheap sushi places. That's what's going to happen.
You know what? I had a good run with gas station sushi. I was like 43-0 until this last occurrence.
Would you have that in honor of Otani signing with the Dodgers?
I've eaten nothing but gas station sushi since he signed.
And now you pay the price.
Someone had to pay the piper. Just
so,
me. It's just me.
so what's happening? The weather holding up?
It snowed a little bit on Monday, but it's been pretty calm since. It's
Oh,
good.
good.
It's nice.
It's good for you.
It's real nice.
Yeah.
What's up with you? You're back in San
Back in the
Antonio.
warm temperature, 70 degrees, 68 degrees,
Mm.
short sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
Things are good.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat.
Wow. Are you
All my
naming your
shopping done.
is that your new nickname? The Goose?
The goose. I'm the goose. Yeah. Today is Laura, my wife's birthday.
Happy birthday, Laura. Does she tune in and watch you? No.
Sometimes she watched us last week. She had no idea what we were talking about. Said it was entertaining.
She must have had you on mute. That's why.
That's what I think. So, we're gonna go to
Mhm.
dinner tonight, and
You gonna take her to the finest Italian joint in town?
yeah, Olive Garden. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So,
You
mhm.
thought I was taking you to Olive Garden last week.
That was really good. That place, two Tonys.
I know. I told you.
I didn't see any Tonys when I was there though, and there
Well,
were two of
I mean,
them.
I don't know what the chef's names were, but
It's
could
not
have
the
been one
chef.
of
It's not the chef. They don't name
the.
it after the chef. Unless
Yeah.
you're like one of those top five chefs in the world.
I mean, maybe they are. I think I
Yeah,
saw
it
one of
could
those
be.
dudes on a cooking show.
Did you?
I don't
Why?
know.
Because the guy's name was Tony? You figured
No,
that was him.
I just figured the guy with a bandana and dreadlocks, he'd been on at least one cooking show, cooking fine, authentic Italian food.
A guy named Tony had dreadlocks?
I don't know
I
if his
don't
name was Tony.
I don't think so.
Could have been Chad or Adrian.
Whatever. Adrian. Nice.
Oh, man. So a lot of things have happened in the last week.
Like?
You bolted the House of Pain again.
I did. We had a lot of fun.
I got a
Um,
picture, actually.
yeah, Jim sent me a picture this morning. There it is. Look at that crowd.
Did you actually
Um,
break 500 this time?
I did. I bought good the
Ni-
last game.
Nice. Good for you.
I had a clean 198 game, and I
Uh,
won most of their money the last game with the card games.
Yeah, you also got in the scratch pot. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, for $1, it was worth it.
Yeah. Well, I
You guys went
I
all out.
spent your money unwisely. How about that?
You probably spent it on Tums or Pepto Bismol yesterday.
Actually, I spent it on no, I spent it on ginger ale.
Ginger ale and saltine crackers.
Perfect.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah. For those that don't know, Nick was had a little bout with food poisoning, allegedly,
I
yesterday.
mean, there's no allegedly about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was food poisoning for sure. My third time I've ever gotten food poisoning, and they've all been pretty much identical.
Yeah.
I usually get sick at night.
Right.
Middle of the night, I just woke up and I was like, "Oh boy, this don't feel good."
Yeah, it's not gonna be good, right?
Yeah, and yeah, then it lasts for about 18 to 24 hours
Oh, it
ish.
lasts a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then on the second sleep or the next full sleep, like I'm pretty much okay. Like that's
Right.
today. So
Right.
thankfully, I didn't get sick on a Tuesday night because otherwise the podcast would not have happened
That's
today.
true. That's true. That's true. Hmm.
Yeah.
We
What
don't
else
have a
has happened?
specific topic today. We have the
Yeah, we're gonna do viewers' choice today.
open mic podcast.
Open mic. Anybody can hop in and take the mic.
Take the mic. Give us some ideas, and we'll talk about it.
Well, before we
Um,
get to all that,
Go ahead.
I have a link to post.
Yes, because you know what we're giving away today? A gift.
We have no idea.
We have no idea what we're giving away. It's on the wheel.
We're giving away Christmas presents. What do you think it's going to land on today?
I
Should we
take
do a
chamois.
practice swing?
Practice chamois.
I think it's going to go backpack. No, I don't know. I guess backpack.
Why don't you just stick to one thing? This way, when it hits you, like you're always on that.
Hey, why don't you just mind your business? I'm gonna go new shoes. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Come on, new shoes.
I see it. Yellow, 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 yellow. There it is. Oh, grip sack.
Grip sack.
Grip sack. Let me talk
I'm gonna
about the
post.
rules
I'm gonna post a link.
and
Yeah,
the
talk about the
rules. We have
rules.
some rules for the link. You enter. If you're on staff, we'll tear up your contract. You're no longer allowed to be on staff if you enter and win. The other thing is, if you're in the show at the end when we pick the name and you let us know you're here, you get a second spin if you don't like the first one.
That's true, but you have to be in here when we
But
draw
you
your
have to
name.
be in it.
It's
Yeah,
an
you can't-
incentive.
As an incentive to stick around, or you can be one of those guys that sign up, leave, and come back for the end
Yeah.
and miss out on all the knowledge that we give to you guys for free.
For free 99.
Free. We don't charge
Free
anything
3 easy payments.
of free.
When's the trash man coming, by the way?
I don't know, man.
Awfully
I have to have a
quiet.
talk with this guy. I have my normal time, 2:34.
I'm gonna go early. I'm gonna go 8 minutes from now. I'm gonna go 15 after. Hey, your phone's ringing. You want to take that? Show everybody your customer service skills.
Let me see who's calling. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Not gonna do that. This could be like a guy trying to sell me drugs from China or something. You know.
I mean, they're probably nice.
Yeah. Hello. My name is Timmy.
Hey, he probably has some
Yeah.
back relief medicine for you or some knee joint pain.
I need
stuff.
that's what I need. My knee
Yeah.
was killing me last night in league. Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. So we posted the link.
Right.
So the link is out there for everybody to enjoy. Phil was just here in Muskegon. He bowled. We filmed
did.
a whole new season of Radical Rundowns.
Yeah, well, most of the season, right? Yeah.
We got like 20 of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a lot for you.
It was. That was a lot in one day too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, and today we're going to do kind of open topic. You know, we're going to
uh-huh.
kind of like an open Q&A, but we're going to just kind of quick talk about what you guys want to talk about. That's how the show is going to go today.
What are you doing for Christmas?
Probably going to unwrap some presents. What about you?
That's I'm not even talking to you anymore. Let's move on.
I spent it with Steph's family. Like we
Oh, you
have
are?
Christmas-
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you bringing any special dish over for?
So we're not doing like a full on dinner or anything. We're all bringing
Yeah.
snacks. So
And what
I'm gonna
snack are
make-
you bringing? Reese's Pieces. You're bringing some of your Halloween candy, aren't you?
I mean, those are snacks. I got plenty of them. I got a lot of extra candy.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna make DoubleTree cookies.
What does that mean? You go to the store, you buy the cookie dough roll, and you cut
No,
it up.
I'm gonna make them. I got a recipe, a secret recipe for the DoubleTree cookies.
So what's the recipe?
I'm not telling you; it's secret.
Come on, really?
$10 if you want it.
Come on, how much of a secret could it be? It's a recipe.
Hey, maybe you can look up the internet and you can find
Maybe
it.
people will be happy to hear it.
They would be.
Why
I
don't
mean,
you tell 'em?
I'd imagine there's some flour. I'd imagine some oats and some chocolate chips.
Look, again, I'm not talking to you anymore. I hope you get sick again. Go ahead.
Oh man, you're really rude today.
I hope you eat like rotten turkey or something over the weekend. You get
Wow.
salmonella.
I probably had salmonella last night.
That's right. You know, I think the last time there were trichinosis in this country was like 1916 or something like that.
What is
And
that?
it- Trichinosis is when you don't cook the pork all the way through.
Mhm.
And everybody worried about that. Oh, the pork's not cooked. Trichinosis, last time was like 1916, I think. But I'm telling you, the internet police could look that up and somebody will tell me.
I'm sure there's been an occurrence. Maybe not in America.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably some people like to eat their pork at room temperature.
I don't do that. I don't like it well cooked either, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. You got to get
Yeah.
pork up to 165, right?
165.
Yeah, that's same as chicken.
Yeah. Chicken tastes like chicken. Go ahead. Let's
Chicken.
talk. Let's talk about
right.
the show today.
Let's bring up some topics. Let's just get right
All
into
right.
it. How about that? You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, so we're going to talk about, can we discuss how we're pricing ourselves out of bowling between league fees, open bowl prices, shoes, balls, bags, drilling fees? I don't think that bowling has gone up in a manner that is inconsistent with inflation.
I
And
think
I'll tell
that's
you,
about what it is, right?
yeah. I mean, if you think about now, like what a bowling ball, high end bowling ball cost, like when I was last in the pro shop, you're still looking 240, 250 on the wall.
Right.
I can't
Right.
imagine I mean, it might have gone up some, but
Yeah.
drilling fees, that's a matter of skill and labor, and they're going to make their drilling fees what they think they're worth.
Right. And
And
ball prices have changed because of raw material.
yeah,
I mean, that's just, again, inflation.
yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, league fees, I pay $15 for league fees every week. So I'm not part of that equation. I think the more individual or the privately owned centers are probably in line with normal league fees. I don't think they're gouging or trying to get too much from their leagues.
Yeah.
The conglomerates out there, possibly. I don't know what it costs to bowl at a center that's owned by a corporation, but
Yep.
it could be the case. I don't know.
Our big league, the Radical All Stars at Astro Bowl, Tuesday night league, 44 teams, 48 weeks, $25 a night.
Yeah.
I don't think that's high.
So what, you're probably paying like 10 or $11 for lineage, right? And then the rest go
I
on
don't
the
know.
price.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even look into it to see what
Yeah.
it is. But yeah, probably
I'd say
right.
it's probably given rate about $3, $4 for a game for lineage for bowling on
Yeah.
a premium night.
Yeah, and I always see on the TVs up there, they have little pop-in commercials about rent a lane for
Mm-hmm.
$16 or something for an hour. I mean, that's not unreasonable. You bowl a lot of games in an hour.
Yeah.
And get a lot of practice in.
Only thing that got more expensive are drinks and snacks at the center. I mean, hey, try going to a concert or a professional sports game or anything like that and buy something there. I mean,
Yeah.
you get sticker shot no matter where you go. So it's not bowling. It's everywhere you go.
It also depends on who owns the snack counter, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's a bowling center or if they lease it out.
Right, yeah. 20 a night, 22 to 25 a night.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, see? Yeah, I mean, you go to Dodger Stadium this coming season, you're going to be paying $20 for a beer because we got to pay for Ohtani one way or another.
You don't really have to pay for them until you're like 100 years old.
That's okay. That's the future generation's problem. That's the next ownership's problem.
Didn't they learn from the Bobby Bonilla deal?
Well, Bobby Bonilla is not Shohei Ohtani. See, we're not. That's the difference. Is like we're not paying for Ohtani while he's playing. We're paying for him after the fact. We're still paying for him. It's just
you're paying for a guy that's not playing.
Yeah. Wait, what?
You're paying for a guy that's not playing.
Well, I mean, that's one way to look at it.
I did.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
he's not going to be playing, but you're still going to be paying him.
That's fine.
And as if 10 years after, is that what the deal is?
And so for these next 10 years, paying him $2 million is the same as not paying him. So
right, then
we're just choosing the years we're going to pay him.
And then the 10 years that he's after that he's not playing, you're going to pay him 68 million a year.
It's fine.
Yeah, what do you care? Right.
I'll let you know when I have to actually write one of those checks.
Yeah. Fortunately, you don't, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
How's that question go? There's the good teams, there's the other teams, and then there's 50 feet, and then there's us.
Now they're saying that Yamamoto's gonna like New York versus New York. I don't know about that.
Yeah, the Mets and me being a Yankee fan, I can't ever see anybody going to the Mets.
I can't see anybody going to the Yankees.
Well, you can't, but think about that. They spent a fortune last year. And then after that, they were paying the three best pitchers in baseball to pitch against them.
Yeah, a lot of money. Ohtani type money.
A lot. That's right. Combined, yeah. And DeGrom had another 12 games a year?
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think that's what it was.
Talk about one of the best pitchers that could have been.
Oh my God. Me not being even a Met fan, I would switch to that game if he was pitching and watch him pitch.
Mm-hmm.
He's that impressive. In my opinion, he was like Koufax was when I was a kid. You'd stop and watch, even if you weren't a fan.
I mean, you were a fan at the time, and then
I was at the time. I was a fan for a while after they moved.
Yeah, sure.
So.
All right. Ready for the next?
Yeah.
Let's ban urethane. I'm sick about hearing it. Sick of hearing about it.
What? How does that help anything? Banning something? I don't get it. I
Jeffrey,
don't
do you
get
work?
how if you you know if
Do you
you're
work
sick
for the
of hearing
PBA?
about it, don't hear it. Don't listen. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. How does that matter?
When did you start working for PBA?
Yeah. Right. But to me, I don't know if you should ban anything if it falls under the rules that was set by USBC,
Yeah.
governing body of the game, which we all pay dues for them to set rules. A lot of people don't like what they're doing. I understand that. I have no opinion one way or the other. They made some changes that maybe helped or not helped the game with the weight hole and the RG differential, stuff like that. But I mean, why would you ban technology?
I think we should make more urethane, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
That should be all that comes out is urethane.
And then the scoring pace would change.
It might get higher, might get lower.
Yeah, but it would change.
You don't know that.
I would know it would change. I don't know if it would be higher or lower.
Oh,
it's not going to stay the same.
That's a bold call there. Oh, it's going to change. I don't know which way, but
I'm going out on a limb here.
He invented change.
I don't know. I don't hear as much about urethane anymore.
I mean, you just don't go on social media very much then.
Well, I'm talking about in person. I go to the league, and I don't hear too much about people throwing urethane as a problem. I think people are becoming used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And not all urethane is bad. I mean, some balls that flare don't carry it down as much as the balls that don't flare.
Mm-hmm. I can test that reactive carries it down just as bad as urethane.
Probably right.
No reactive ball can absorb oil that fast, so it's got to go put it down somewhere.
Right. Exactly. So I don't know.
All right. Someone asked me, why on earth would you eat gas station sushi? Because it's convenient. That's why.
It's convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to go give the dude $20 for my gas, and then I was just right there. So I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and add this on there.
Yeah, give me that $4 thing of sushi, the tray, and brush the flies away. And go, yeah, I'll have that. That's good.
Yeah. At least it was covered.
Oh my God.
Scott Borland said he got food poisoning from a hot dog in Japan. Lasted 3 days. That's rough.
Yeah. How do you know it was the hot dog? I'm in Japan. How do you know?
Why would you get a hot dog in Japan? Are they known for those?
Right, exactly. I got food poisoning one time when I was playing baseball in school and college. It was bad.
Yeah,
I got it.
It's not my favorite.
I had the hamburger from a Nathan's hamburger place on the way to the game before I got on the bus.
Oh no!
I got off the bus and went behind the scoreboard at the away field and spent all 9 innings behind the.
At least you didn't desecrate your own scoreboard.
No, behind the scoreboard.
Dennis says,
how I made it back to the bus.
Dennis says, do bowling balls have the same thickness shell? Does it affect reaction?
No, they don't have the same thickness, but it's a good question. Coefficient of restitution is determined by how much energy is transferred from the ball. So the way they measure that is they roll a ball into a pin, and then they measure how fast the pin leaves. So that's the energy transfer. And what we have Dynamicore, which has the same specific gravity, close to the same specific gravity as the shell. So therefore, it mimics the same density as the shell does. So the transfer of energy is about the same. So if you have a ball that we build with Dynamicore, the transfer of energy is very, very similar, if not exactly the same as a thick shell ball. I don't know if today there is any advantage of thick shell versus not thick shell.
Yeah. One of the advantages with thick shell is if you need a higher RG ball, you're typically going to have that with a thick shell ball. You notice all the balls that are thick shell are going to be medium to
Right.
high RG.
Right.
And you can mimic that with outer core stuff, but
not if you held the same specific gravity as the cover. It's hard to
yeah.
do. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I
right.
mean that poses a question: like, would a purple hammer be as good if it wasn't a thick shell ball?
I don't know. It might be, depending on what outer shell we put on it. That'd be a lot more research.
Right, but I'm just saying, like,
Well,
if you just
pretty
if you
good the
went,
way it is, so let's not fool around with it.
right, I'm just saying, would it be different?
Yeah, I don't know.
Would
Maybe,
people still like it?
Yeah, maybe. Is it
Maybe.
still legal?
I do believe it's still legal. Do you want me to double check?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me
I
double
think
check.
you should.
Double checking. Any word out there on whether it's legal?
Oh, yeah, it's still legal.
It's just
Hey, so the PBA tour starts up in a couple of weeks, right?
it does.
What's going to happen if the not urethane hammer dominates? What if it falls right into place with the purple? Just takes over where the purple was.
I think they're just going to move the goalposts. That's what I think.
Again.
That's it.
So shouldn't there be a rule about you can't make a change to a rule within a certain time period?
Yeah, you can't be tried for the same crime twice.
Yeah, what is that? The statute of limitation?
It might be one of the amendments. I don't know.
Yeah, statute of limitation. No, that's not the statute. I don't know what it's called. I forgot what it's called.
Don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know. All right. Wing Racer wants to know any tips for getting warmed up quicker. My first game average is terrible. Second and third are pretty good. How about you, Phil? What do you think?
I have no tips because my first game is terrible because it takes me that long to loosen up because I'm old. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Sometimes stretching. I see people stretching. I'm worried about if I stretch, I'll pull something.
Wow.
So I gotta be careful, But sometimes if you can get there and bowl a game before you bowl, if there's pairs available, go bowl a game. And then I think there's a lot of different. You can probably go on the internet and look up Google like exercises that people do for bowling. I know there's a lot of that, and if the problem is the
stretching.
knees, people use a lot of that roll-on stuff to warm up their joints.
Yeah, I mean, short of getting to the bowl super early and maybe practicing somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or if they got skee ball in the arcade, you might want to warm up with that.
It's true. Just throw that ball through the back of the building with an approach. How about skee ball with an approach?
Yeah, I mean, just getting warmed up. I mean, getting through the motions. I mean, sometimes 10 minutes of practice, is not a lot.
Not enough.
Not enough. Yeah, I mean, just it's hard to sometimes get up and go. Maybe doing some warm ups with a kettlebell, bringing a kettlebell in or something like that, like a 10-pounder, 15-pounder, something like that.
And just start swinging it around the lane like this.
Start whipping it around. Whipping it. Before we get into the next one, I'm going to post the link one more time.
Because people want to win.
People are winners. There's a winner on the show every week. Can you believe that?
We had a grand prize winner
not too long
a couple weeks ago. And last week, I don't remember his name, won the ball.
Yep, Cole.
So we do have some really good gifts.
Yeah.
And we have some not so great gifts, but if you're around, you'll get a second spin at the end of the show. If you're here when we call your name, you say, "Here I am." You'll get a second spin.
That's all you can ask for in this world. This is a redo. Because sometimes maybe you don't want a chamois. Maybe you don't want a ball cup.
No,
but what
maybe
if you get
maybe you don't want a 3-ball arsenal.
No, maybe you don't want that. Respin. Respin.
I saw a pretty good question in there. Can I?
Go ahead.
You keep moving it. I can't see it. Are bowling ball designs proprietary, or can other companies? See, people are writing stuff in and things moving on me.
What do you mean? I'm not moving it. That's just a chat.
It's not you.
It's just a chat going.
I'm teasing you.
Who said it? I'll go find it.
Anthony Tritolo.
Okay, got it. There we go. I'll put it up for you.
Yeah. Now you can't do any borrowing. You can steal. Some people do. I saw a few of my designs from my track days show up at other companies, and even some that I designed at Global showed up elsewhere. But unless you patent them or get them or have the ability to patent them, they're probably not. Other companies, you know what? There'll be some issues, but I'm not sure as much you could do about it.
Yeah. I mean, some companies just borrow names for the heck of it.
Had that happen,
Oh man. Wing Racer said he got a permanent scar on his forehead from a skee ball accident in his youth. I got to hear more about that. Please give me a follow-up on that, because I need to know.
You have to wear a helmet, chest protector, and a face mask when you go to skee ball.
Wow. I mean, it got kind of rowdy sometimes in those Chuck E. Cheese, arcade lots, but I got to know about that some more, please.
Do you know him well?
I don't know him at all.
Oh, I don't know him at all.
I still want to know. I still want to know. All right. I'm still going back to further back here. What we got here?
All right.
So I like to, you're like, oh, Nick, don't move it. I'm not moving. That's just people talking. So, okay. Ted says, is Phil going to watch A Christmas Story? Now, you sent me a picture this week or over the weekend of a screenshot or a picture of the TV with the movie on. And I called him a liar because I thought there's no way he's watching that movie. Did you watch the movie or not? Yeah, so he posted a picture from the Christmas morning where they're opening gifts.
Right before he went and got the BB gun from behind the desk.
Did you watch the movie in its entirety?
Not, I will not respond to that on the failure might incriminate me.
So no, you can't.
I refuse to answer that under the conditions that it might incriminate.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. So you still have no idea who got you that leg lock.
I'm starting to put the pieces together.
You're not piecing nothing together.
If I tell you who sent it to me, would you tell me if I'm right?
If you watch the movie, I will openly tell you.
If I tell you who I think it is right now, would you tell me?
No.
Okay, so there you go. I'm not telling you.
It's hard. It's this hardball. You don't just
play hardball with the guy that invented hardball.
I invented hardball. I invented it.
I invented hardball. Go ahead.
Man. Oh, hey. Hank wants to know what your replacement is for the Rattler.
The Deadly Rattler. Hank.
That's not a direct replacement, though.
Isn't it?
No,
it's not. We're working on it. We always are. And thanks for your concern.
Oh man. Travis says that he's learned the trash man who does our neighborhood lost a finger. We're going to try to do something nice for him. Most unappreciated job ever. I do believe that. Yes.
Get him a bowling ball.
Drilling not included. Let someone else fit him.
It'd be cheaper to drill it.
2-finger layout.
I have a ball like that right there, a John Gangler ball.
Let's see.
Go ahead.
David Porter says, how do you get your really good bowler friend that doesn't like to bowl in handicap events to do more with you?
I wonder who he's directing that to. I met Dave at the House of Pain. Nice guy. I don't know how on earth he associates himself with you, but
he said really
your buddies are like that. They're not real buddies if they won't bowl with you.
I bowl with them. I got it out.
I'm not even going to tell you what, Dave. I'm not even going to say what he told me about that. So
I didn't tell you anything. You were already gone by the time I bowled with him.
No, you told me about it that night.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, you don't. Yeah. So
moving on. Moving on. All right. Roy wants to know, what's your best Brunswick hybrid pearl solid release for 2023? Well, why don't you do your Radical? What's your favorite of those? I mean,
right now it's Zigzag. Is the hybrid.
Hybrid.
The pearl would be the Deadly Rattler.
Mm-hmm.
And the solid would be the Hitter.
Solid is the Hitter. Yeah, the last 3 you just came out with. Good job. Real imaginative. Don't worry about the
go
Katana.
Back and think about the other balls. We had the.
Are you saying that the Zigzag's better than Katana Assault?
No, I'm not.
The
Katana Assault, they're different. They both have a purpose. The Katana Assault had an 020 intermediate diff,
Mhm.
030 intermediate diff, I think it was. And the
After
zigzag
drilling.
is an 015. What's interesting about the zigzag, and Nick and I talked about this when I was up in Muskegon, is it's got a an 045 total diff and 015 intermediate diff, which are low numbers. Yet after you drill them, the numbers really blow up when you
Mhm.
put holes in that ball. So you can really create a big differential and a big intermediate diff with that ball. Whereas with the other balls, the core shape didn't allow the blow up to be that big. You know, it's hard to pick an 030 intermediate diff and blow it up to anything much more than that. I don't remember if that's what the assault was. It was 030 or 020.
Yeah.
But the uniqueness of the zigzag was that ability to get a wider range of drill pattern of drill performance after drilling numbers with that core. The core shape was totally different.
Yeah, I'd say for all the brands, probably the best hybrid would be the Black Widow 2.0 hybrid.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody tops that one right there. For the
No.
solid, I mean, that's kind of a little bit of a toss up, but I got to go probably either Archetype from Track or MV Tour.
Right.
One of those two. And then for Pearl, I mean, there are so many good pearls that came out this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, take your pick. I mean, Stealth Pearl is really far up there.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like Tundra Fire too.
I really like the hitter. Solid.
Good.
That ball's
Glad,
really good.
glad you do.
Yeah. Matter of fact, last night we both the team. The guy had one. I threw mine, and Victor Valadez was throwing his.
Is that the coffee guy?
No, you keep saying that. It's old. That joke is old. It's not funny.
It's pretty funny.
It's not funny because that was
Well,
Juan Valdez, not Valadez. There's a
That's
difference.
close enough.
Whatever.
It was in these hills that Juan Valdez and his trusty mule came down with the finest Colombian coffee.
What does drilling a thumb hole deeper than usual do to ball motion? It helps blow up the total diff.
Yeah.
If you're drilling it into like the belly of the ball.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Is you got to be drilling into the mass of the core. If you're just drilling
Right.
into filler, it's not going to do much anything.
No. But you look at the core shape and figure out where that belly of the core is, and then you can blow up that total diff.
Yeah. Yeah. There's only so much you can do though, because once you drill past a certain depth, you're not actually
Right.
You're not actually helping anything. You're going through the
right.
middle.
Right.
So
Mhm.
it does not quite replace a balance hole. Balance hole you can get a lot more out of.
Mm-mm.
But it'll get you a part of the way there if you really want to go that
Right.
route.
Right.
But just remember, it has to be uniform. You can't be drilling into the sides of the holes and then putting a sleeve in there to hide it up.
You're not allowed to do that?
No.
I didn't know.
Nor are you allowed to have Scotch Brite in your towel.
I've never heard of that. What you can do with that thumb hole, though, is you can drill the 1 1/4 slug or an 1 3/16, an inch and a 16th slug. I'm sorry, 1 1/16 drill bit really, really deep.
Mhm.
Then come back and drill an 1 1/4 slug that depth that you want it. And then you'll have a bigger hole underneath the slug. Then your finger hole, your thumb hole going through it.
Very interesting. I'm going to post the link one more time.
All right,
You're chatting away there.
Yeah, so by doing that, you get a bigger hole deeper. You can't go too deep or else a slug could fall in.
Yeah.
So you just drill and create a little step for it to sit on.
Step down. We got 198 entries already, 272 people watching. Get those entries in. We're going to be drawn towards the top of the hour.
Yep.
And then Josh has a question directed right for you. What conditions are the hitter, outer limits, and zigzag best on?
So you got to remember the outer limits is a hybrid. And that's sort of it's a lower intermediate diff, but a higher total diff. And because of the hybrid cover, it's HK22, it's cleaner. So that's going to fit right in between the two balls. You got the zigzag is going to be the one that has the lowest intermediate diff, lowest total diff. It's going to be cleaner and sharper down lane than the outer limits. The hitter is going to read mid lane more so than the other two, and it's a solid. So the conditions, the fresh, you probably want to start out with the hitter. That'll blend it out a little bit. As it starts to break down, you can drop right to the outer limits. It's to probably stay in the same spot. and then once they open up, you can go to Zigzag and move in a little bit.
There you go.
That was a
Shelby
good
wants to
answer.
know what would be the difference between resurfacing a Widow hybrid using Crown Compound versus polish. Polish is a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit shinier. So that'll give you more length than Compound. Compound still looks shiny, but it has just a little bit more grit than Crown Polish. So it'll start up and grab the lane just a little bit quicker.
Right. And the polish ball will create more back end reaction.
As long as it finds some friction.
Gotta
That's
have
the
friction
key. Gotta have friction. The ball needs to
Yeah.
slow down.
somewhere.
Oh, hey, we got the internet, the podcast police helping you out. During 11
There
to
we go.
15, 16 cases were reported to CDC each year on average. We're talking about the trichinosis, or what are you talking about? The
Trichinosis. Yeah.
improving pig raising practices in the pork industry, commercial home freezing of pork, public awareness and danger of eating raw and undercooked meat products.
So 16 people to the CDC.
Yeah.
So
And
CDC is
Or-
everywhere, right?
no, that's a Center for Disease Control of the U.S.
Is that only United States?
Yeah. I got to imagine in other countries where they don't have refrigeration as well, or they don't have
Maybe
safe
they don't
meat.
have maybe they don't have pork.
I'm sure there's pigs everywhere.
Is that what I heard?
And he also says pork is 145 and not 165. Is that true?
Oh,
Thought it
he
was
said it.
160.
It must be true.
I mean, you've said it. Hey, someone's interested in the history of Radical.
What history?
The
Like,
history.
The beginning of time?
Yeah.
Um,
This will take like 2 minutes.
yeah. I started the company. Thank you.
I thought about starting a new company, and then
And
the
I
next day I did.
No, I was at Global. I started Global and didn't like the way things were going at the time. You know, they were talking about we wanted to move the factory. I was not happy with that. So it was more of a I'm going to start my own brand again. And then Brent Perrier got in touch with me, and Nick Stickler, who used to be the I don't know exactly. I think he was the vice president of consumer products or something, or president of consumer products.
Who?
Nick Stickler.
Yeah, he was a VP of everything.
Yeah, and Brent was the boss.
Brent
And I
was
knew
the
Brent Perrier forever, and he said we'd like to do some work with you. And I said, well, you know, I don't want a just a manufacturer. I want to get a partnership going. And then they come up with a plan to license the brand. So I've been with Brunswick for almost 13 years now. I think it is. Right, 2014 will be 13,
Sounds more like a sentence when you say it like that.
as opposed to a question.
No.
Okay.
Go on. Oh, he gets the joke now.
Yeah, I get it. So, so you know, it's been a great relationship. It's ideal for me because I license the brand. I do all of the I work with the team for marketing. I work with the team for design work. I have to work with Nick.
I mean, that paid for itself right there. I mean,
yeah, exactly. That's well worth it.
you're
Just
about to
working
say
with me.
you about to say you invented all the marketing too.
I did. But you know, it's interesting because I have my own ideas and implementing them into Brunswick, and I share with Brunswick ideas. I get some of their ideas. So the company's been very successful over the last 13 years because
Thanks
of
to you.
that.
Thanks to you.
No, thanks to the team effort that goes into it. You know, and I'm treated like family, so it's perfect. It works out great. But
Mhm.
you know, I decided that my future was best having my own brand and not dealing with what was going on with Global. So even though we started the brand, I didn't feel it was necessary or better served for me. You know, so moved along. We moved separate ways.
You just needed a clean breakaway from that. Sounds like.
Yeah. It worked out pretty well.
Good. So with that, we're going to do a top 5. We're going to segue into a top 5.
I don't even know what it is today, the top 5.
I know, because some of us asked for a top 5 and we didn't deliver. So I came up with my own.
Some of us were busy not milking it, faking like we were sick.
All right.
Some of us were.
And on that note, the top 5 things Phil claims he invented. Does anybody in the chat have any idea? And these are, I have factual data on some of these that he's claimed that he was written down in writing. So
that I
yeah,
claim to have invented.
right.
So none of these that you're going to post I did invent.
I mean, how can you even separate fact from fiction at this point?
Well, when fiction has become more popular than the truth, print the
Yeah.
fiction.
Yeah, if you tell a lie enough, then people will start
You'll
to believe
believe
it.
it. That's right.
Number 5, of course,
Pin down layouts.
pin down layouts.
Can't dispute that.
Yep, he invented it. I mean, he put a dot underneath the fingers in a drill sheet with 20 other things, and he invented it.
That's right.
Like no one had ever done that before.
Not up until that point. Put it on a drill sheet.
Yep. Number 4,
Right.
the Buffalo Bills.
Invent the Buffalo Bills.
You claimed it.
I invented the other. So
Yeah.
so the other day in the football pool, I picked Buffalo to beat Dallas, and I told him I invented that.
Yeah, he invented the Buffalo Bills. All right, number 3,
Number 3.
podcast.
Look where we're at.
He invented it.
I invented the podcast.
Yeah. By the way, our Nielsen rating went up.
Really? With
Yeah.
127
We're now the 29th best podcast in bowling
at
on
3 o'clock.
Wednesdays.
At 3 o'clock.
At 3 o'clock on Wednesdays.
Eastern time.
Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing how we go.
We just need to keep down this path, and let me tell you, top 20s in our near future coming 2024.
That's right. That's right. Maybe we'll get a bowl bid.
All right, number 2,
Number 2.
Ceramicor. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. You're a chemist.
The United States government would agree with you on that.
Yeah.
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 Not Ceramicor.
How did you
You
get
call
your
it
name?
Ceramicor.
How did you get your name first on that, by the way?
I told you how. Invented
On the
it.
patent. Yeah. Did you like, hey, let me put your name on your homework.
That's right. That's exactly what I did.
But
But it's not Ceramicor. It's a ceramic core.
whatever. Isn't that how it's written?
No, the patent says ceramic core, not Ceramicor.
How is it written on the ball?
You guys have the Ceramicor in the whatever.
No, we don't. We have Power Core.
Power core. Somebody else had Ceramicor. I don't have Ceramicor.
You
I had
wrote
a
that on the
ceramic
ball.
core.
You wrote that on all the balls.
Did I?
I thought you
All right.
invented. Thought you
I did.
invented this next one here. I guess this next top one is not going to make any sense now.
What is it?
Marketing. You invented marketing.
I invented to market. Oh my God, Nick,
This
you're
is-
the best.
Possibly the best top 5 that has ever been.
I don't know if that's true. That's the best.
Or maybe like someone said, maybe you mean ceramic ore
Ceramic ore. Yeah, I mined it.
or not.
Or not. Nice. You know what? I'm not going to talk to you for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Why don't you just put yourself on mute? I'll do the rest of the show.
All right, you could do it.
Hey, your phone's ringing. Someone.
No, it's an Amber Alert.
Laura-
I hate when you get those.
Laura's calling. She wants to know that you didn't. What he means by you didn't invent ceramic core.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'm trying to pick it back up where I left off here.
Yeah,
I don't
good
know where I
luck.
went. Yeah, thanks. I need it. Oh man.
I'm looking.
Dear Santa. Yes, Trash Man hasn't been by. What's going on with that? Are they on break?
You know what? Maybe they're on Christmas vacation.
I've seen that movie.
Another movie. There we go. Die Hard is a Christmas story. See, somebody wrote that in. I plead the fifth. So I looked at top 5 Christmas movies,
Okay.
and your Christmas Story was not one of them.
I don't know what you mean by you looked at. Like, where did you look? Did you just come up
I
with
looked
your
up
own?
top 5 Christmas movie: Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Home Alone, The Godfather. I forget what the 5th one was. I have it here on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Okay.
Those are Christmas movies, in my opinion.
Hmm.
So
I don't agree. I say
Alright.
Die Hard is not. a Christmas movie. Just because it takes place around Christmas
Christmas
doesn't mean.
movie.
All
With
right.
the PAP so important, can you do a video? Correct.
Didn't Mo hate urethane? How about we start there? I picked
Well,
up.
you know what? Mo hated urethane in the sense of the word of the old day urethane because he felt that he could create the similar ball motion with a reactive resin ball and not degrade the pattern on the lane.
Yeah, using different layouts.
Right, with layouts.
Mhm.
And Mo did not get to live with through the Purple Hammer, which was a urethane formula that was not like the regular urethanes of the old days.
Mhm.
So, you know, it was not one of those that he hated. He hated what we had simply because he could create that ball motion with a resin ball.
Yeah, and still have more pop and be a little more
pop, more,
versatile.
but again, once
better for most players.
Right. But it was not a urethane ball. So if you wanted a urethane ball, Mo was not in favor of that.
Yeah.
You know,
Didn't have
he was
one
in
offer.
favor of right. And we didn't have one, right.
For the longest time.
Exactly. But once the Purple Hammer resin became available, Double Cross came out, and we were in the business. You know.
All right. This question's for you because this is definitely more of a 90s question.
Oh,
what is ball motion difference in sanding against the track, with the track, or crosshatch? So bowling balls now are not sanded like that anymore.
No,
they're all put on machines. So
right. So it's
more uniform.
orbital sanding too. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not uniform. Like remember the old days of the Hammer, it was like 180 grit concentric sanding, which would have put it across the track, relatively speaking. So when you sand across the track, you create more friction down the track. When you sand with the track, you create less friction. Because if you can imagine, the peaks and valleys are parallel to the track, as opposed to when you sand across the track, the peaks and valleys across the track. The single or skip sanding change ball motion with these yes. So I do that a lot when we do ball testing, especially. You know, I might go 500, 1500, 3000, just to get a different grit underneath the last finish, the last surface grit. So we do that a lot. Polish with less or more surface. Yeah, years ago for the tour players, a lot of times we would go 500 and polish. You know, on tour when they were bowling certain conditions, and it helped on certain parts of the block, whether it was the night block on Thursday night, where you needed the ball to combat some of the carry down, but still have some pop down lane. We'd go 500 polish. So we do that. I still do that a lot. Matter of fact, we did ball testing yesterday, and one of the balls that we tested, which made the ball really, really improve, was to do that with two different grits of sandpaper wide apart. So it's a practice that works. We still do it. It just depends, you know, and especially if you're bowling on a condition and you need to get a different look, don't be afraid to try that. You know, put one grit under it, and then come back with a grit that's way far away from it. You know, it could be 500, 3000.
Yep.
You know, so.
Yeah, if you're a tinker and you got a spinner, then by all means, try it out and see for yourself, like what does
what it does, right? Exactly.
Yeah, but
that's
I mean,
a good video.
As far as finishing goes, you know, every ball is now factory finished with Haas machines, so there's no
concentric sanding.
Yeah, it's all even, it's all smooth. There's no sanding lines, nothing like that.
Right.
Dustin wants to know when's Radical making not urethane.
We're testing. We're playing around. We're fiddling. I don't know. It's gonna be a while.
Well, if you want to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band.
That's true.
Well, in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band.
Whatever, please. Why couldn't it be worse?
What's that?
Stayed home. Nothing.
Guitar Joe, $20 for your gas in your car or otherwise. I tell you what, last time I filled up, it was $29 to fill up from a quarter tank. So, yeah.
He's talking about the
gas
sushi.
station. He's still hung up on the gas. I'm
Yeah.
still back at 20 minutes after the hour going through comments and all that stuff. We get a lot of comments because we are, like I said, we're moving up in the Nielsen rank. We're the 29th ranked.
That's right. And we
Only
answer these for
podcast.
free, not like other podcasts that may charge
Oh, wow.
to answer your question.
Free.
Right.
We will never ask you for money.
That's right.
Well, maybe. I asked you for money when you were bowling because I wanted to
They
get
gave
you.
you $1 because you needed $1.
I needed it. I couldn't afford the gas station sushi.
Right.
I didn't want that to be on record on a credit card. Oh man, what does he say? I'm bringing this up. I don't even know what it says. One region I saw dudes bringing in 2 or 3 3-ball bags of purple hammers, and they go to a fresh one every game or two. Screws up the pattern for every bowler. I don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, I mean they're mostly for fresh surface. I mean, because you can't alter the surface during, competition. So that's been used in tour too. I know Jacobs had bags of purples in the past where they're all 500 grit. So
Right.
he'd use pretty much line them up,
Yeah. And
And
that would work
obviously-
for a guy with a 500 and something rev rate that throws at 19 miles an hour.
Typically someone possibly lefty because, there's not as enough
Right.
play on that side. So if you think about it, if you one of only a few lefties in the house,
Yeah.
you got to go to a fresh pair basically every game. So it behooves you to have the same ball, especially if you're good on the fresh with fresh purple, then keep going with it. I mean, there's nothing in the rules against it. So,
And that part about it screws up the pattern for other bowlers. Isn't the purpose of me bowling in a tournament to win?
yeah, it's not it's one against all.
I'm not trying for Mr. Congeniality here, So I really don't care if your pattern got screwed up if I'm trying to win the tournament.
Yeah, it's your problem, not mine.
That's right. You should
What
have to
happens
figure
in
out
the
how to
lane?
adjust to that.
What happens to this pair after I'm gone is not my problem.
Not my problem. Exactly.
Christopher started. He tried Vacuum grips last night. Weird feeling. Would love to see Nick do a series on no grip, lift grips, oval grips, vacuum grips. Could be cool. Yeah, I mean, I've tried them all. I don't like no grips personally, but vacuum. I mean, it's a weird feeling. Everything's weird until you get used to it. The main thing I found with vacuum is to make sure you go down enough in grip size to account for the stretching and to accommodate for your finger. You do have to change your grips out more often when you're doing that, though.
Yep, absolutely.
Do thick shell balls crack less often?
I don't know if that's the problem with that.
I mean, I would say yes, but the number of balls that actually crack that are not thick shell is so low that it's minimal at best. But
the interchangeables, I think, are the biggest culprit.
Yeah, big hole.
Big hole creates
no bevel. Drill too close.
Yeah. I don't. As a matter of fact, I rarely see balls that crack that don't have interchangeables. That's because a lot of people use them. I can't say it's the reason, but I see that as part of the problem. The hole is so big. It just creates such a big stress point on the ball. So, drilling too close to the pin, bridge is too close. There's a lot of reasons balls crack, but we have less than 0.5% failure rate. So that's an interesting question, Dennis. It's
there you
go. Nick.
Oh, trash man.
Trouble.
Trash man.
No,
I hear him.
Maybe it's by you. Nick's gone.
I'm not gone.
There's no trash. There's no trash man.
I heard him.
No.
Turn your earpiece up. I hear him. I'm not the only one. Am I suffering a stroke?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, no, Dustin's heard it. Dustin Johnson, Rob Johnson. Sorry.
There's no trash man. I'm looking.
Hey, Dustin, I heard it too. Dustin heard it. Are you smelling burnt toast?
Exactly. Burnt hair.
Yeah, go back to the question on Dennis
Yeah,
Frost.
what was it that you screwed it
You
up?
don't
when I was
remember?
about
You
to
don't
answer?
remember? You don't even remember? It was 2 seconds
No.
ago. Why do
That's why you
lower
write
end
it down.
balls sometimes perform better?
Okay, so no, outperform. So they really don't outperform. They just perform better on certain conditions. Balls match up to the condition they're on. If you take a lower end ball or lower performance ball, it's probably got a lower differential or a weaker cover. And on a normal house shot, now the truck is here.
Oh, it's the same truck. You telling me there's 2 different trucks?
I don't know. You see it now.
Get out of here.
Maybe you're in the twilight zone. This is Nick Smith, bowling guy, working for a bowling ball company. Today, Nick got into his car, went to work, and thought things would be normal. When he got out of his car, he stepped into the twilight zone. So anyway, the lower performance balls would perform better on more friction because they're not going to burn up, they're not going to roll forward. There's a whole list of things that happen with stronger bowling balls. If you don't have the speed or the rev rate to keep its access, that's what's going to happen. So they seem to perform better on that condition. They're not better performing; they just match up better.
Yeah, and I found the thing finally. But yeah, Dennis,
It's great.
most centers don't put out a lot of oil, so you're bowling on a lot of dry conditions. And if you, like you said, if you don't have the ball speed, then yeah, absolutely, lower end balls are going to look like they outperform because they do. They're cleaner and they save more energy for the back. You're seeing the ball go left to right or right to left if you're lefty. And that's what you equate to as hook. So if you get on a pattern that's, say, I don't know, 40 mils, 30 mils, and a little bit flatter, then the lower end balls may not even wrinkle. So
That's right.
yeah, it all comes down to what you bowl on, and most centers are pretty dry.
You got to match up.
By the way, we got a new record. I just read your mind. New record, 317. We broke 310.
317.
I'm going to post the link one last time. You literally have minutes to get in. We have 2 minutes to get your entry in.
That's right. And then you know the rule. Once you're in, if you're a staff member.
Yeah, we're going to take it out of your contract. We're just not going to give you one.
We won't give you one. Take it back. And if you're not a staff member and you win or your name is selected, if you're still here at the end, after we spin the wheel, you have a second choice. I'll keep it, or I want to go for the grip sack.
There we go. APD wants to know, do you think 14-pound balls will eventually become the new 15 in the future?
I think they're well on their way.
I don't think so.
Well, you have your opinion, as wrong as it may be.
I mean, physics aren't opinion, but go on.
Well, people are finding out that they can generate a little more ball speed, get a little bit higher rev rate, and everything in the industry is telling us that the higher ball speed and higher rev rates are dominating. When you look at the two-handed bowler on tour, the 550 rev rate, 520 rev rate, 515 rev rate are the guys that are dominating.
But none of those guys are throwing 14.
They are not. But for the average guy, a lot of ways he can increase his rev rate is by going to a lighter weight ball.
Yeah.
I
think the people that are going to 14 that are trying it are the ones that are dropping below that tour caliber number and trying it to see if they can get to the rev rate, they can get their speed back up.
Right.
But a few of them have already gone back to throwing 15s.
I will tell you that the number of 14s that we sell is increasing every year.
Right.
The number of 16s is way down. It's less than 3%. Maybe even less than that in the total balls that we sell. So 15s is the dominant number, 14s is next, but it's growing. So
all right.
3 o'clock.
Wow, that's loud out there now.
Well, he's taking the thing.
That was like right on the money too on 4 o'clock there. Kung. That means the entries are closed.
The entries are closed.
You already did this. You already invented this ball from track.
I did. I made that ball.
Yeah. Track money and the easy money.
I don't remember what core was in it. I have to go back and look. But yeah, that was the money. Dollar sign on it. It was a green ball. It was money green.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good ball. I had a lot of good balls at track.
For you.
For me. So.
All right. I'm trying to find more topics here for you.
All right.
Let's see, Mike. The new patterns are putting less oil up front, making high-risk players not use your thing. What do you think of this? Yeah, I mean, the more oil you put down the lane, the slower. I mean, the harder it is for the ball to slow down. So it makes shot making kind of a premium. They call that kind of a speed bump when you put a little more oil down lane and not taper it front to back. If you're looking
Right.
at the oil, most oil patterns, they taper going front to back, but you put that speed bump in at the end, and all of a sudden it's like hitting like the turbo boost, like in video games,
and it scoots right through it. Years ago, Lenny Nicholson, when he was doing the lanes on tour, would put a basketball down lane. He put a blotch of oil the size of a basketball at about the break point, mostly on the left side, and Albee would crush him because his break point was before the basketball. The guys that got it down further down the lane threw it to the break point, and then next thing you know, it scooted a little past it. So,
Cron Daily, are we allowed to use the Radical leather chamois pad between shots to remove oil legally? It's dry.
Absolutely,
so yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the rule. You have to use a dry towel or chamois.
Yeah. Chamois or dry towel, right?
My boy Dean wants to know, what's the best chicken I've ever had in my life? Well, definitely not the chicken I had 2 days ago. I'm pretty sure that one is not the best. Still feeling the effects on that one. So yeah, you can't go wrong with some barbecue chicken with the nice herbs and spices, maybe a little barbecue sauce on it. So
how could you even think about food at this point in time?
Ah, man, cup of noodles, saltines, and rice is all I've had.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready for a full meal soon, though.
Good. Call me when you. Never mind. Go ahead.
Call me when you feel bad. Rude. I hope you get sick.
No, you don't.
Kind of.
What do we got here?
I'm just scrolling through real quick. We're only at 3:30 at the time here. We got so many comments. It's crazy.
I know.
When we do viewers' choice, it's like they literally bombard us. That's great. We got 323 people.
We'll try to answer a lot of them between now and the winter solstice.
The what?
Chris Charles, what pop are you drinking? It's not. I drink unsweet tea, or I drink
Chick-fil-A?
Green tea. This is Las Palapas. This morning I went and got a breakfast taco and unsweet tea or diet citrus green tea. So
Mike Christy Odell says, just finished drilling the Blue Vibe. What makes the Vibe series so good? Good symmetrical ball, very versatile for a lot of players. Back ends right, a lot of different covers we put on those.
Good cover stocks.
That's it. I mean,
that's the key. You got to match the cover up with the cores. Great cores. That's what we do here at Radical. We back into it. We get a good core design that we like, and then we start fiddling with covers and additives and finishes and surfaces and whatever else we have to do to get to match up perfectly. We look at the after drilling numbers and go backwards. You get a shape, we get after drilling numbers. We know what the ball motion is going to be, especially with the computer program that Steve Freshour is using. We can duplicate, replicate, and hit targets much easier. So, and then we put a cover stock around it that matches up. I see it, Nick.
I know. Do you want to answer it?
We really don't have a staff anymore because we got tired of having everybody ask me to be on staff. So
yeah, you invented staff, and now you want to get rid of them.
I did invent the shirt staff, by the way.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Okay.
You're telling me you were behind LeMode?
No, shirt staff. In other words, I had guys on track staff.
That's LeMode.
Listen to what I'm saying.
You didn't invent it.
I had guys on a track staff that did not have to throw a track ball. All they had to do was wear a track logo on their shirt, and they got paid. So when they were on TV, and why I did it was very simple. In those days, the Axis leveraged bowling ball was being drilled.
Okay.
And that meant that the weight hole, you couldn't see the logo of the ball. And I had a blue enforcer that looked a lot like a blue hammer. And I had a guy throwing a blue hammer wearing a track shirt, you can put the
Yeah,
pieces together.
he still copied Lamode. Lamode was in the 80s.
They had people
That was a shirt staff.
on the mode staff.
Still a shirt staff. They don't make
Okay.
bowling balls.
No, right, but I had bowlers had a contract to only wear our shirts. Okay.
Does anyone bowl action anymore? Yeah, Phil bowled for $1 the other night.
They have I guess what we were talking about that yesterday at lunch after the ball test, action versus pot games. I never bowled a pot game in my life where you had 10 guys put $20 up and bowl. I never did that.
You never?
Never did. I always bowled action, 1-on-1.
Okay.
Go to a house, challenge somebody, bowl them for whatever. But pot games was, 10 guys bowling for $200 because they put $20 each. I was never a fan of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I loved it. I used to bowl that all the time.
Yeah.
All you got to do is win one. I'm only going to bowl like maybe 3-4 games. So if I can win one out of them, profit, and I can beat those guys at least once.
Yep, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a little bit more money to win. Obviously, you still need the big game.
It's less risk. That's why you did it.
Less risk.
You didn't risk as much money to win. You're a hedger.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, like Nick sent me his picks today. Went out on a limb. He picked 2 underdogs for the football this week.
Hey, that's been working.
Way to go.
How many did you have right last week?
I didn't have a lot right.
Exactly. So why don't you
the favorites won.
Why don't you stick to your plan?
That's why Jordan won, because he picked all the favorites. Except for 2. He picked 2 non-favorites.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Anyway. All right. Porter, again, I have a question. If you happen to be full roller, what balls will work best for them?
Well, it just depends. There's asymmetrical drillings that make the asymmetrical balls work well. Symmetrical, you're not going to get as much performance down lane. You're going to have a more smoother roll, which is something that full rollers normally have. So if you want to add some pop to your game, you want to go to asymmetrical ball. The higher the diff, probably the better. Give you a little more ball motion. Anything gives you more when you're a full roller is probably better. Do you agree with that, Nick?
I think I told him, you're best to just get out of rolling it full roller, change your release.
Yeah.
So that you're not full roller, because without extra holes, you really can't do a whole lot with full roller layouts back in the past, where you can use that hole down below the negative axis to increase the flare. So like I told him, it would take one practice session to get you out of full rolling forever. And that'll cost you $14,000. Thank you very much.
Maybe he doesn't believe you could do that. And why are you making a person unhappy? He's happy being a full roller. Accommodate him.
He's not happy.
Yes, he is. He didn't say, I want to not be a full roller.
He's miserable.
Give me a ball that rolls good for a full roll. That's all he said. Why are you trying to change the guy's lifestyle?
Because I'm trying to improve his life.
I get it.
I'm trying to improve his life.
I saw Dave. He was smiling.
Well, yeah, it's because he had something to drink.
Oh.
He was at a bar.
That's true.
All right. Ted. Hey, Nick, keep up the ball reviews. Great ball reviews. Not good. Great. I will.
Great reviews.
I will.
Great.
I actually got a video premiering tonight about how to never miss another spare. I have a tool that I have in the video that'll make you never miss spares again.
It's called the rack. You press the button.
No.
And it keeps the pin off the deck.
It's 60-year-old technology that works.
You have a tool. You're going to make me want to watch this now, right? Aren't you?
Right, yeah. So you'll never miss another spare again as long as you have this tool.
You'll never learn.
No, and you never invented this because it's old.
You're never going to learn. You don't say never.
Well, I put in the title. I said maybe.
Yeah. There you go. What time is that on?
7 o'clock Eastern.
I don't know if I can watch it. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, the great thing about YouTube is that it'll always be there.
That's true.
For when you're ready.
All right. I think it's time to pick a winner.
Is it? We need a topic first before I can go and do that so that there's not dead air for the next 2 minutes.
A topic? What do you want? Yeah, pick one. I'll talk about it.
All right. Hold on. All right. Here we go.
Take you that long to pick it.
This one should be easy for you.
You have said radical uses chemical friction incorporated. But yes. So what we do is, most of our, if not, well, let me take that back. All of our competitors use a mechanical friction. They take a ball, and then they alter the surface to create the finish that they want. But it's not inherent in the chemical properties of the resin. So we mix an A side, a B side, plus some additives to give that resin an inherent feature. If we want a 500 grit resin, we put friction additives in, and that creates a the surface that has maybe more peaks and valleys and deeper peaks and valleys. If we want something that's going to be a less friction ball, we will put additives in it that make the surface smoother chemically. And then when we put the surface on it, the finishing surface, it's closer to what the inherent chemical friction was created by the formula. So that's what we try to do. This way, we're not taking something that's 500 and wants to be a 500 grit friction surface and making it 4,000. And then as it wears, it's going to go back to what it is inherent with the.
Oops.
With,
Just kidding.
It's going to be inherent with what the formula dictated. So we have different formulas to get us at a base friction close to what we want. And that's what chemical friction is.
All right. We got the winner. I didn't mean to press that. Hold on one sec.
Some people saw that, by the way.
I know.
Is it the same person?
What's that?
Is it the same person now? Or are you going to tell the guy that he lost because you showed it early?
No. This is the winner of the giveaway.
Is
Charles Wilkins.
That's not the name that was up before.
I know, because I accidentally pressed send before it was edited. So Charles Wilkins, are you in? Let us know, because it is your time to shine.
All right, Charles.
I double checked. I didn't see him in the staff group, so I think we're good.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. Charles Wilkins, are you here?
Are you here?
Charles,
you're going to miss out on the second spin.
Charles Wagner, close, not it. Charles Wilkins, looking for you.
Looking for Charles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him. Charles, not here. All right, Charles, you're going to get one spin.
That's all right. You get one spin.
And you get
no redo.
You get whatever it is.
Oh, wait, no, he's here.
Where is he?
That's what he says. He's here.
All right, Charles. Here we go.
You ready? What are you hoping to win, Charles?
Root for the best. We know what he's hoping to win. I'd like to win a ball cup.
I'd really like to get a chamois this year. All right. Here we go. Spin one. If you don't like it, you get to redo.
Here's the Christmas winner.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh, that wasn't a great spin, but we'll see what happens.
All right.
Landed on new ball. Landed on new ball. Do you want to stay? Do you want to stay with new ball, Charles? Let me know. Oh, he says balls. He wants balls. He's gonna get it.
That's it.
Are you good with that new ball? Dum 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 dum.
That's it.
Is that good enough for you, Charles? Take it. Or do you want to try for more? We can always try for more.
You could try for the 3-ball sliver.
Yeah. I mean, I would always try for that.
Yeah, me too. No.
He says he'll hold.
All right, he's holding at new ball, and Nick will get in touch with you, and we will get it all worked out. He'll even try to help you pick it for your arsenal to help you out.
Nah, just tell me what you want. It'll be easier.
Oh, there goes customer service at its best.
Oh, man.
Matter of fact, I'm going to send you something. Don't even worry about it. We'll tell you what you get.
Yeah. It's just going to be a mystery box.
So, Christmas is coming. It's here this weekend. Next week, we'll be still in December. That'd be cool. It'll be the last one of the year. Episode 39 is next week. Send us some ideas for topics.
Yeah.
Hopefully Nick won't be ill, and we'll have more preparation time.
Yeah. Preparation.
My fault was bad.
This week, preparations A through G all were canceled.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we got to preparation H that we finally found the relief we needed.
Was that from Gold Member?
It's from one of those
It's one of those movies.
Austin Powers.
It might have been.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
Are we done?
I think so.
We gave away presents and now we're out of here. All right.
Well, that's where we are. We'll see you guys. Have a Merry Christmas.
Yep.
If you celebrate Christmas, if you don't, have Merry, Happy, whatever it is. And we'll see you next Wednesday, same time.
Same bet channel.
Nick, I'll give you a call later.
Okay. See y'all. Take
Thank
care.
you all for tuning in. We'll see you.